Welcome to Archangel Revelations and Prophecies 444. This viewer requested the life purpose analysis as well as the twin flames natal charts analysis with 5 angel questions, I believe. So we're going to do that now. You should be looking at their natal charts. Female is on the left, male is on the right. And again, this was another case where we left it up to intuition as well as angelic assistance to pick the time of birth for the male on the right side. So we'll see what happens. All right. Now, the ascendant, the first house, because I already counted it out. Now, the system always gives the count, just to let you know. And I did a video on how to count, because sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes with some of these natal charts, it's the most difficult to find out the count. Like, it's only 12 houses, so it really can only be 12 counts. So I did a video on that for people to know, well, how's the count figured out? There's a video right on this channel. You can look at it. All right, so we're looking at the first house, which would be Capricorn in the East Point. Again, first house is ruled by Aries. Capricorn just tends to be a worker, but because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, sometimes Capricorn can mean discipline, but not necessarily. Because Saturn means discipline, rules and regulation. Okay, now when you get to the second house, deals with the finances and possessions, and it has Chiron there, retrograde, which is implying past life healing, because it's retrograde. Then we go to the third house, which is your communication house, but it has Pisces there. Pisces can mean spiritual, such as like a religious person, but Pisces can also mean spiritual, such as intuitive people or even psychic people. But that just means that person's communications will have something to do with that. Again, you have to understand a lot of times when you get your natal charts, whatever information you're hearing is the information that you need to hear right at that moment that you're getting the chart. Also, the natal chart is a person's prophecy from the day they're born still throughout their life. And what happens sometimes, a person may hear something and they say, well, that's not true or whatever, but maybe it's going to happen in the future, or maybe it happened in the past, remember. Because we get different ages of people that request. You have to remember that. My best advice to anybody is try to think first. Try to go somewhere quiet and, think. Because it's always going to be a human nature to react. But that's the whole point. If you're coming to the angels to help you, it has to be a form of letting they know what they're doing. The universe knows what they're doing. We're trying to figure it out on here on Earth. So going to the fourth house, which is family, land, property, higher education, the heart, and moving vehicles. And there you have Aries, but you also have the moon and Lilith. And Lilith is direct. Now Aries can just mean person that's focused, a forward moving person. And sometimes it can mean aggression or an aggressive person. Fifth house is the love house, romance house. Is ruled by Leo. Travel, having fun, nature, children and childbearing, taking risk. That's all the fifth house. And you have the bull there. Again, the bull can just mean strong, but it can also mean stubborn. And also, the bull, Taurus, rules the second house of finances. and possessions. Next house is the 6th house, which is the healing house, and you have Mars there, and you have Gemini. So that gives you a little, but still it's not enough to really say too much right now. But it said, because those are the twins, so that's again your 3rd house. And then when you go back up, it gives you your 3rd house, which is ruled by Gemini. Now you have Gemini in the 6th house, which is your healing house, and you have Mars. So it just appears some type of twin struggle because of Mars and Gemini in the healing house. So in this life, the universe is trying to heal that. Taken into the 7th house of relationship, you have Vexta, which is a lot of energy, good fortune, which shows the universe's approval of this housing arrangement. But the Cancer is a nurturer, but that takes you back to the 4th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, where Aries was. See, now you're starting to get a story. That's all I was waiting for. So there was some type of aggression that requires healing and nurturing, and because Mars rules Aries. So that was a situation. And a lot of times stuff that's going on in the past life can possibly be still going on in the present life. Like I said, all I can do is read what I see to people going through the situation. They know better than me as far as whether that's going on or not. So that takes you to the 8th house where Leo is. And you have Uranus, which is very independent, and Pluto, which is the underworld. Real deep. And the 8th house is all about secrets, mystery, change in personalities, transformation, change, sexuality, passion. And Scorpio can also be doubtful, but when they get to trust you, then they will be more. They'll be less doubtful. But in the beginning, that Scorpio energy. So this is really intense. Like with Uranus, because Uranus kind of is independent, sudden, sporadic. But in numerology, number 5 is numerology, but number 5 is the 5th house, which is Leo, and Uranus is in that house. And Uranus deals with sudden stuff, travel, or even like telepathy, any form of travel. So that's this house. So that 8th house has a lot of activity. Then it takes you to the 9th house, which should be a higher self, and Virgo is there to heal. 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius, and then you have Pluto's in your 9th house. It looked like it was in your 8th house, but Pluto's actually in your 9th house. But what Pluto's doing is pulling in energy from, because it still rules. Pluto rules Scorpio. Scorpio rules your 8th house, so it's still Plutonian energy. So it's pulling that energy into your 9th house of higher self. Still implying a type of twin situation. And then you have both Venus. Well, that's Venus and Mercury. So you got love in the 9th house. You got healing. Virgo's trying to heal everything. And you have Mercury. You have communication in the 9th house, and also nurturing from Charis. And Juno just implies, Juno makes the implication that you may end up in a relationship with either a Virgo or possibly a Sagittarius, because that's not always written in stone, but I have seen many times when that was true. But that's not written in stone. All right. So when I look at his chart, I'm just looking at Ascendant Aquarius, Sun sign Virgo. So Juno, I said you may end up with a Virgo, and his sun sign is Virgo. And when you look over there, you can start to see. All you have to do is look over there. You see Pluto. I'm going to be more specific. Right now, I'm just making my point. But you see Mercury, you see Pluto, you see Pallas, you see Uranus, and it's all in the same area. And always when you see that, you got to remember we're not positively sure of his time. So that means a lot. But when you start to see planets placed in the same area and stuff like that, especially when I just said Juno, and Juno implies that she may end up with somebody that's a Virgo. And I said Virgo or the Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is his medium coeli. So then we go to the 10th house, which can be the house of career, but it can also be the house of your soulmate. Because if you're sent here to meet your soul, your twin flame, that's kind of considered your career. Like the angels see that higher than your career. In fact, they'll even cause you to lose your career if it's stopping you from meeting your twin. So we got the sun sign Libra, which can mean this type of person's in some type of balancing. If this means their career, but like I said, it could mean either one. So this person's career would be some type of balancing, law, legal matters, or even like relationships, like something having to do with relationships. Could even be a possible career, if that's what that means. But it can also just mean your career with your twin flame. Like only they would know that. And that's also the true north node. You see all those 22s, all that is twin flame, all that is twin flame. And then even if you look at his Juno is basically saying, you would say he would end up with somebody that might be a Leo. And now you see her MC is with a Libra. Because of Juno, he may end up with somebody that might be a Libra. And I'm gonna go over that when I get there again. But you see Libra again with medium coeli and sun sign. So each time she may end up with somebody that's a Virgo, his sun sign being Virgo. She may end up with somebody. He might end up with somebody that's a Libra, her sun sign Libra. And that's a true north node is Libra, and that's what she's supposed to work on now. Which, like, if you, I would say definitely, because the universe is just funny. My 10th house was all about, well, my whole chart was basically about communicating, and I forget exactly what was in my 10th house. I forget, but the point I'm making is I met my twin in a communication center. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Her 10th house is all about like balance and relationship and harmony and uh, Libra. You can even say law if you want. And, you know, so that might be where she meets him, or that might just have to do strictly with the relationship. All right, so now you're going into your 11th house, which is Scorpio. This is supposed to be the Aquarius house, and you see Neptune is there because Neptune deals with your subconscious, working through Pisces, your dreams or idealism, and also Jupiter is money in 11th house, which connects you to Scorpio. So Scorpio rules that house, that 8th house, that takes you back over to Leo and Uranus, the vertex cross and Vesta. So the 11th house really is really ruled by Aquarius, and it's really Aquarius. Really, when you're talking about twin souls, Aquarius is about when one or both of them say we're gonna submit. Like we're both you know, the universe has put us together, so they submit. Because some people do. Some people do submit. Most people tend not to. Or they don't do it. If they submit, it's not because of the universe told them to. But some people do. So that's what they're kind of showing you here with Scorpio. But it's money. What they're trying to say is it's definitely money if they submit. It's always going to be money with twin souls. I always see it on every chart. Just about. And then you got Saturn with Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the healer, and Saturn. And the 12th house is always going to be a house of like dysfunctions, breakups, police, anything that shouldn't, anything that's not working the way it's supposed to. That's you'll find it in the 12th house. Saturn sits there that tries to get down on law and you know, law and order or standards, rules, discipline. And then Sagittarius is just trying to heal any dysfunctions. Sagittarius is like a sociable healer, and I think a lot of Sagittarians become like some type of social worker, helping the people, or some type of psychologist. So that's the chart on the left, and as you see, it kind of did forward with that chart as well, with the chart on the right. But now we're going to do the chart on the right, and his first house is Pisces, in Aries, and he has Chiron there as well, retrograde. His second, and that's your personality house. The second house is money and finance. He has Jupiter retrograde, but that retrograde probably has to do with, it can be with past life money and relationship to twin flames. Because remember, Mars used to rule Scorpio, but now Mars rules Aries and Pluto rules Scorpio. And on the natal, because you're gonna get a free natal chart worksheet. You're also gonna get a chart with your angel questions on it, and you can even use that chart. You can use that sheet if you want to. When I'm telling you what angel said what, you can write it right in there on your worksheet. But there is a all your natal numerology is on that free report, and also about Capricorn and Cancer. That's on your free report too, because some people just have a unique connection between Capricorn and Cancer. Santos explains it because he's the expert on it. But I'm just noticing his true north node is Cancer. You got your vertex cross with Cancer, and you would understand it more if Santos explains it. But when I see it on the chart, I refer people to it in case they are interested. Some people are interested, some people are not. And Santos found it out. He's the expert, so it's better that you listen to him to explain it. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth house again. Gemini in the fourth house. You already explained that. That's the family, everything, education, property. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you got your fifth house, and you got the nurturer Cancer in your fifth house, but that's really associated with Leo, which is love and relationships and all this other stuff. You got the sixth house with the Cancer. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you got Leo again. You got Leo in that Virgo or the sixth house, which is healing. And I think that Sun, see that Sun is right on the borderline of both Leo and Virgo. So whenever I see that, I say two signs. You know, people like to say one or the other, but everything happens for a reason. But then again, we're not sure of the time. But if that time was correct, he would actually be both signs. But since this time is correct, you can just disregard it. But then Leo, the sixth house, I believe he also has Venus. He does. So that's a lot of love. But it's also in the sixth house of healing. So he might actually be somewhat of a healer. Then in the seventh house of relationship, he's got Virgo. So it's still more healing in the house of relationship. Then you got Mercury. And that's when you start seeing, see, her Mercury's in Virgo. His Mercury's in Virgo. His palace is in Virgo. Her palace is in Virgo. And his Uranus is in Virgo. Her Uranus is in Leo. But again, we don't really know his specific time. So it might even be the same thing again. But you see enough connections. Plus with those real unique ones I pointed out, would definitely say they're twins. Not just see, your twin will always be the opposite, the direct of you, the mirror of you. Yin yang, positive, negative. A soulmate could just be somebody that's in your soul group. And if you really want to get technical, all of us are part of a soul group. All of us are part of source. And if you take two people, they could hate each other because third dimensional thinking. If you could take two people and pull them out of that third dimensional thinking and put them in a situation where they really need each other, you're going to start to see all that hate go away and stuff like that. If you can take them out of this whole little thing we're in and put them somewhere where it's just them two and they really need each other to survive, you're going to see a difference after a while. They're going to start getting away from the third dimensional. So all this hate is based on third dimensional matrix and stuff. All right, so like I said, you see the same thing, and I try to be fair to people. What I try to do, because we don't have the exact time, we can ask the angels or whatever we might try to do, but we really don't know, and it's not fair for me to read somebody's chart because we're not based on the real time. What I try to do is find out if there's anything that would imply that they're twins, twin flames, and I already did that. But it's not fair for me to read. Like, fortunately, he doesn't have that many retrogrades, but you can't really be, saying stuff because it might not be true because we don't know the real time. That's the same thing as slandering somebody. So it's only as far as I can go. But I think I proved my point. But the good news was it wasn't a lot of retrogrades. All right. So what I'm gonna do now, we're gonna do the numerology based on name and date of birth. I'm gonna put this on pause. I'll be right back. Next voice you hear will be the experts.
Thanks for requesting your free numerology reading here at numerologist.com. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to give you a quick yet deeply revealing analysis of your unique numerology chart based on your given name and date of birth. There are 5 elements that form the core of your chart and that most massively impact your life. They are the life path, birthday number, soul urge, expression, and personality number. And by intimately understanding your numbers, you'll uncover many fascinating truths about who you are, how others perceive you, and the unique opportunities that lay ahead. The most important number in your numerology chart is your life path. It reveals your most fulfilling life direction and the major lessons you're here to learn. It highlights the specific opportunities and challenges you'll encounter, and your unique personality traits that will help you on your journey. Your life path is calculated by simply adding up the digits of your date of birth. Your life path number is a 6, and this tells me a lot about you. You are sensitive and empathic, with the gift of making everyone around you happy. You are devoted, certain, and in charge in all ways. Responsibility and service are 2 of your most important qualities. You're always looking for ways you can support a greater cause and have the rare ability to comfort those in need. You are intelligent, creative, and naturally very balanced. People often seek you out for advice and support, and that's because you provide profound wisdom without judgment. You are often admired and adored, which baffles you. You are humble, yet carry a strong sense of pride in everything you do. You have the tendency to put others first, which can leave you feeling drained or taken advantage of at times, but it's only because you have such fierce loyalty and commitment to those you love. Continue to guide and support others while loving yourself too, and you'll effortlessly achieve your full life path potential. Next, let's look at what is known as your expression. This is another extremely important element in your numerology chart, as it highlights your natural talents and abilities, many you likely didn't know you had. It's often called the destiny number because it reveals a great deal about your potential and what you're meant to accomplish in this lifetime. While your life path is calculated using your date of birth, your expression is calculated by analyzing the letters of your full name at birth. Why your name? It represents the inheritance of your personal history up to the moment of your birth. Each letter and corresponding number, like a mosaic, combine to form the complete picture of who you are and who you're meant to be. Your name at birth is said to be the blueprint of your potential. To get a free personalized expression reading based on your full name, please enter it below.
All right, we're gonna do that now. Give me one moment. Okay, you'll hear his voice momentarily.
Hey again! I'm so glad you decided to stick around and get your personalized expression reading based on your full name at birth. As you'll see for yourself in just a moment, your expression number, or what is sometimes referred to as your destiny number, is one of the most telling elements in your numerology chart. Unlike your life path number, which uncovers your most fulfilling life direction and the major lessons you're meant to learn along the way, Your expression number produces a highly potent and accurate profile of who you are and the magic you put out into the world. It reveals the innate gifts you were born with and predicts your ultimate potential. Your expression number is calculated by adding up all the digits that correspond to the letters of your birth name using the Pythagorean alphabet. It can be a bit time-consuming to do the math by hand, so I took the liberty of calculating and interpreting your expression number for you. Based on my calculations, your expression number is 8. And after getting to know you a bit better, it's really no surprise. 8 is the number of achievement. You're likely to achieve success more easily than anyone else. You're a managerial and organizational genius with strong intellect and determination. Your greatest gift is your confidence and ability to move the needle quickly. You probably found that failure only knocks at your door when others get in the way of your objectives. People often look to you for motivation and direction, and these are keys to your own success, so keep it up. Because you move faster than most, you get easily frustrated by delays or inaction, and often take on more work in order to compensate. In order to avoid stress, remember to slow down and take a step back from time to time. Funnel that abundant energy into yourself and your relationships, and watch the tension and resistance fade away. You have a rare gift of achieving outstanding results. Continue to temper your discipline and ambition with patience and compassion, and you'll experience thrill, happiness, and success in all you do. Please know that there is still so much left to explore in your unique numerology chart. And if you'll allow me, I'd like to give you even more insight into your life, relationships, and true purpose by analyzing your soul urge number. Your soul urge number, also called your heart's desire number, represents the inner you. It exposes your hidden motivations, deepest cravings and urges, likes and dislikes. It reveals the true intention behind most of your actions and decisions. In just a minute, you'll discover your soul urge number and meaning. But first, to make sure this reading is as customized and accurate as possible to your current life circumstances, I just need a bit more information from you. Please go ahead and enter it now below. You'll also see that we ask for your email address. This is so we can send you written transcripts of your personalized reading, so you can refer back to anytime you'd like.
All right, just to let you know, you'll be getting, like I said, those free worksheets that'll come. When they come, you're going to have your horoscopes on there. If you want to get those horoscopes, the websites, you're also going to have the name of your guardian angel. And anything else he's saying, he's going to send you all that information in the in your email if you're interested. Now, the email that we're going to use for this is going to be the Hotmail. I think, yeah, we're going to go with the Hotmail. So when you see me like turn him down, it's only because he's going to say the same stuff when he comes to your email. It'll be written out though. It won't be him talking, just him written out. I'm just looking at everything, making sure everything is... Give me one moment, because I want to make sure I'm putting in the right information. All right, I want to go back. All right, I'm turning volume back up. He's waiting. All right, and I just put the information in. You'll hear his voice in a matter of minutes.
I've got all the information I need to complete your personalized numerology reading. And, you guessed it, I saved the best for last. Now, a word of caution. The information I'm about to share with you is incredibly intimate and may raise a hair or two. Most people are often shocked at the accuracy of these readings, and I think you will be too after you hear the intriguing truths I've discovered about your personality, hidden motivations, and true purpose. If you choose to listen on, do so with an open mind, and this insight is sure to bring you immeasurable rewards. I'll start by examining your soul urge number. Your soul urge, also called your heart's desire, shows what your soul needs to grow and evolve in life and relationships. Like your expression number, it's derived from assigning numerical values to the letters of your full birth name using the Pythagorean alphabet. Except, in the case of your soul urge, you look only at the vowels. Here's why. Consonants are pronounced with sharp edges and have a definitive beginning or end. They represent your public personality and the traits you outwardly share with the world. On the other hand, vowels are pronounced from free-flowing breath and have softer edges. They represent the true, tender, and often hidden you, and reveal your deepest soul urges, many you likely didn't know you had. The famous Renaissance doctor, translator, and astrologer Marsilio Ficino devoted much of his life to studying the incredible ways one's life improves when he or she follows the promptings of the soul. The benefits he encountered were undeniable. So, are you curious to know what your soul urge says about you? After analyzing the vowels of your full birth name, I've discovered that your soul urge number is 8. And whether you know it yet or not, you are a true visionary. You can see the big picture, move quickly, and have a long list of achievements for which you are very proud. Your ability to stay organized while achieving great goals makes you executive material. You're a natural leader and a source of security and strength for those around you. You have a strong calling to be in a position of power where you manage money, resources, or people. You tend to get easily frustrated with people who slack off or think small, but it's only because it's your soul's urge to do everything in a big way. Your motto is go big or go home. Remember to slow down and loosen the reins from time to time, and there's no doubt that you'll achieve the respect, greatness, and success your soul craves. When it comes to relationships, you have high standards. Because you are so ambitious, you tend to lack emotional flexibility and neglect romantic gestures, which can be challenging for your partner. You truly need a kindred soul in your life, someone as determined and capable as you who can help you slow down where it counts and become the object of your affection. With the right person, you're capable of unmatched levels of love and connection. But that's not all I've discovered about you. Like an onion, you have many, many layers, and after digging a little deeper into your numerology chart, I can see that you have plenty of unique traits and personality quirks left to explore. I get a sense that you're a bit old-fashioned. You probably save letters and greeting cards because of their sentimental value. I feel that you're looked upon by your friends and family as the responsible one. You likely find yourself organizing gatherings, helping loved ones plan weddings, and taking charge of family affairs. While you have a domestic side, I don't get the image of you constantly cooking or cleaning. Rather, I see you as a bit of a philosopher and a dreamer. You're expressive, creative, and although you have far more wisdom than you did 10, 20, or 30 years ago, you could pass for a much younger woman. I believe that you could be quite sensitive about your age, but you're much more attractive and well-balanced than you give yourself credit for. I also sense that you're a hopeless romantic and well-liked by almost everyone. I don't see you as a manipulative lady or a game player of any sorts. While my feeling is that your career is chugging along, you're probably overqualified and underpaid for the job you do and a bit bored with it. Where relationships are concerned, I get the sense that you're in a rut. Chances are you have a marriage or long-term relationship behind you that represents unrequited love. Maybe he was the right guy, but the timing was off. Or you were separated for the wrong reasons. There is definitely unfinished business here, and it's taken you a while to heal and move on because once you commit yourself to a person, you stay committed. I sense that you've experienced an off-again, on-again relationship with a man who was more of a friend. It was comfortable and secure, but I don't believe you were truly in love with this man. I think he probably had more feelings for you than you had for him, but you enjoyed spending time with him as it was better than being alone. My feeling is that you don't put up with a lot of foolishness from men. You are independent and not easily impressed. Though through no fault of your own, you have a tendency of attracting men who are not right for you. This likely brings about feelings of anger, disappointment, and hostility. You've probably gone through periods of swearing off men and assuming you will be alone in life, but I don't think that's what the universe has in store for you. In fact, now more than ever before, you are at a stage in your life where you need love, companionship, passion, and romance, as this will become your fountain of youth. However, you must learn to let your defenses down to welcome in the right man. He may not be perfect, but he will be perfect for you. You need to be the one to let him in. It is often said that you have to kiss 10 frogs before you find the prince, and my feeling is that you've had your fair share of frogs. I sense that your soulmate is younger than you, maybe up to 4 or 5 years younger. He will be totally committed to you and looking for love. There's a strong potential that he will have been previously married to the wrong woman, or perhaps he will still be married when you meet him and on the verge of divorce. It's possible this is a man you work with or met through your career. While you've been spending a lot of time reflecting on your past over the last little while, do not compare this new love to past love. There is a lot of intrigue, happiness, and excitement in your future, especially within the next 11 months. So, break your past patterns, let go of old routines, and welcome this change into your life. You've paid your dues. Now it's time to reap the rewards you so greatly deserve. This may be hard to believe, but the information I've shared with you over the last few minutes barely scratches the surface of what I can discover about you by digging deeper into your numerology chart. After just looking at your life path, expression, and soul urge numbers, I can say that you have a truly unique number combination. In fact, there's nothing I'd love more than to spend hours exploring every aspect of your chart. And that includes analyzing the numbers that appear to be missing altogether. But as you can probably imagine, our resources are limited, and we have to draw the line somewhere with how much information we can freely give away, without even being sure yet that you're ready to go deeper and experience the powerful, yet often confronting truths hidden in your personal numerology chart. So far, I've just given you a brief overview, but if you're open to it, I'd like to send you your complete numerology report, where I'll take a deep dive into every single element of your chart to reveal many more obscure facets of your personality and ultimate potential. For example, I can look at your 4th core number to determine the closest thing you have to a superpower, or tell you the ways you can bring more success and joy into your...
All right, so like I said, all that will come into your email. And now, we're going to go into your angel questions, and that will conclude this request. First question they are asking is, will my twin soulmate and I get married? I'll be back with the Archangel's answers. Okay, 3 cards pulled to answer that question. First card, creative writing. This is Archangel Gabriel. Make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or write a book. Because Gabriel teaches that if you write it down, it'll happen. I have a friend that says that happens to them all the time. Alrighty, so remember to write it down. Creative writing. Second card, Uriel, says you know what to do. Uriel corresponds to Uranus, corresponds with Air, Aquarius. Trust your inner knowledge, and act upon it without delay. Next card, Xenophon, which is Pisces. He says, gifts from God. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. All right, we're going to go on to the next question. Will your trucking business become a reality? I'll be back with their answers. Okay, to answer that question, first angel, 1 out of 3, they say counselor. Azrael, you are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and assistance. So, I see this card 2 different ways, because they say many people benefit from your guidance and assistance. You're asking about a trucking business, and that's exactly what would happen. Many people would benefit. But also, she may be Azrael may be advising you, because Azrael is number 10, the career card. This is the 10th house, the career. So he's definitely saying yes, but I think he's saying to get some get some counseling. Make sure you know people that know how to start business and stuff like that, and make sure it's a trucking business. You can get basic business advice, but you would probably still need trucking about. As far as there's a difference between being a truck driver and actually running a business. That's what I think Azrael is saying. Second card pull, moon cycles. Haniel is telling you, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. And I know we do have a new moon coming. I don't know exactly when it will be. An Aquarius moon is coming. Next card, Clara Sentience. Raguel corresponds with Sagittarius. He says, notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. So you have divine guidance trying to help you in Sagittarius. And I know I just did your chart in Sagittarius. I mentioned that a few times, so you might want to realize what I said about Sagittarius when I did your chart. Okay, we're going to go to your next question. And this woman is she's a worker. She says now she's an insurance agent, currently working on her financial securities license. All right. So, is working on her financial securities licenses, because it says licenses, so I'm going to put it that way she wrote it. Is that part of her career path? I'll be back with the answers. All right. 4 cards pulled. Divine order. Raguel, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Now, the reason why that card is significant because it actually looks like the statue of justice. That card, because Raguel is holding the 2 scales. Divine order. So I definitely equate that with that question you asked. But let's see what the other one said. Prosperity, Ariel. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. Now the reason why you got to think of the question she asked, and they're both coming out with orange, and they're killing you with orange. So I definitely got to look that up. I got to do my orange symbolism because they're really killing you with orange. And I'm not used to them saying stuff like this. This is why I'm curious. All right, next card. Nurture, Gabriel. Now we're going back to the moon as well, because Gabriel works with the moon. Hanael deals with the moon. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. I think they're telling you your mate is either indigo or a crystal child because they need nurturing. Like just so you know, because I don't know the situation, but they're not gonna act like they're not third dimensional. They may be in third dimension, they may do some third dimensional stuff, but they indigo and crystal child, they're higher than third dimensional. So sometimes you want to understand your man if you try to relate to him on a third dimensional level. So you have to they're telling you have to learn how to nurture him. And I know that wasn't a question, but the reason why they're telling you that because you were just talking about a business partnership, and you gotta be aware of that because you'll be getting upset over stuff. I'm going through something with somebody I call my little sister, not my real sister, not my legal sister, but I'm going through something with her right now. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You can avoid a whole lot of unnecessary arguments if you realize you're dealing with somebody that's higher than third dimensional. So that's what they're telling you that because of your career path and the other question you asked about going in a partnership with your twin. Next card. Metatron, chakra clearing. Call upon me, Metatron, to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. Now I'm going to put this on pause for a second. We're going to find out why they hit me with all that orange in the first 2 cards about your insurance agent, financial security licensing, part of your career path. I'll be back. Okay, first I'm looking at color symbolism, then I'm going to look at angel color symbolism. Orange is ambitious, fun, happy, energetic, balanced, flamboyant. And remember, when he came with the scales, which is balance, divine order. That's Raguel. Balance, flamboyant, warmth, enthusiasm, generosity, vibrant, expansive, organic. So that's the meaning of color symbolism from orange. But now we also want to check out for angel color symbolism. So give me a moment. All right, let me see this one. All right, I'm still looking for the color. Give me a moment. This is so because it's called angel colors, the light rays of angels. They say red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. These are the shimmering colors of the rainbow that often inspire people with their beauty. But then they don't go on to say anything else about orange. Then why did you say it in the beginning? That makes no sense whatsoever. All right. So let me go somewhere else. All right, this one's on colors, but it's too deep. All right. So now I'm gonna try angel colors because I know I got it, just haven't looked at it in a while. I will try this one and see if it happens. I think this is, yeah, this is where we were already. All right, so we got this blue, yellow, gold, pink is pink, red, purple, white, green. It's kind of, I just don't remember it being as difficult to come on, man. Finally. So yeah, that's why it's, yeah. I just needed to know why they hit me with two oranges. Orange is the color of abundance, well-being, and this is angel colors. Pride and connection, sexuality, connection to relationships with others. So they're basically that's what they're telling you. See, it's good I did that. That's why I say people get mad at the way I do things, but I'm usually right if they just let me. I'm the one with intuition. Just let me follow my intuition and we'll see. This is what they're telling you. It's a great idea to go into business with your twin, but this is what you have to realize. And I'm gonna stress it because I'm pretty sure you're going to forget. I've been around a lot of women. I got sisters and a mama. He's not the typical male, so he's gonna need your nurturing. Cause it seems like you're the type of person to get up and get it done. Like you seem like you're the type of person. If I wanted something done, I call you, cause you're like nonstop. But everybody's not like that. So they're saying is he's with it. The business idea is gonna work. He's with it. He'll be with it. But you have to learn how to nurture him. And I'm sorry if you think he's a big baby. He's not a big baby. He is an indigo or a crystal child. They're not. They don't think third dimensional. They operate more on love and feeling and stuff like that. They're more sensitive, eye contact, stuff like that. So that's what they were trying to tell you. So I want to thank the angels because they went to this and they didn't have to tell you all that. They could have just answered your question, but they didn't because they're full of love. Alrighty. Now I want to see something. And I'll be back with the answer. What is your purpose on life? What is your purpose here on earth? I'm going to ask them. 4 cards pulled. What is her purpose in life? Claircognizant. So they keep telling you about your extrasensory perceptive gifts. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Relationship harmony. Raguel. Same when it came with that orange and had the scales. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. Next card. Chamuel. Peace. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. So they're saying your business, and I see this on a natal chart all the time, and I just told you when I did your natal chart, you heard me say it. Your business and your finances will determine how you work in your relationship. And you might want to let your twin hear this video as well, because your money and your relationship, your business, it's going to stand on how you treat each other. Because Shammy was talking about real love, but he's orange, just like them other colors. That orange, that abundance. Spiritual understanding. I am helping you. I am bringing you esoteric information and symbolism to help you understand spiritual truths. That's Raziel, who corresponds with Leo. So purpose on, you're saying what is your purpose on Earth? Because I told you your 10th house. I said your 10th house may not be about your job. Your 10th house may be about your twin. And I don't remember if your 10th house had Libra. But if it did, it's really talking about. But notice how them scales still came up though. You saw Raguel, he still came with them scales. You cannot mess with these angels. They know what they're talking about. And I still got people coming to me sideways. It's hilarious to me. Yep, in your 10th house, there go them scales, Libra, the scales. So, and then even the color of the sun is orange. You can't beat this. I can't make this stuff up, man. So you got it. Like, that's your purpose, to have a great relationship with your twin and have a successful business and enjoy that abundance. Because believe me, I thought when you asked about your purpose in life, I thought they was gonna tell you to quit it all and become psychic, because that's what they tell everybody else. I was like, well, why are they telling her? Why are they telling her to go for it? I wanted to know. And then when I saw orange, I said, why is there all these cards coming out orange? Because I haven't looked up an angel color in long. That's when I first started. I used to always look up the colors. That bugged me out. And now I'm looking at your chart. They go orange right there with the Libra. I can't make this shit up. That's why I be getting so mad. People still be coming sideways. Like, at what time are you going to learn the angels are right? And if you're coming to me, you got to know they're right. So let's stop acting like you got something to show me. You ain't got nothing to show me too much. Just let's do what the angels say. That's everybody listening. Let's just do what the angels say. Let's get away from all that third dimensional distraction, because I got people that are asking me to help. I'm trying to help, and I don't have time for distractions. I do what the angels tell me, and I enjoy my life. And the faster everybody learns that, the happier your life will be, guaranteed. When you learn how to just be humble, submit to the angels, and do what they say to do. Just like if you went to your doctor and he told you do it this way, that's the way it is. All right, now you're saying, well, where am I from? What's unique about her? See, she does have a really spiritual side. This is what's cracking me up, because she's really a spiritual person. It's just funny how to know, because like I have, people are looking for love and they can't find it. Then people give up and they don't want love, and then all of a sudden love is knocking on their door. And now this person, she's really asking spiritual. These are the kind of questions spiritual people are asking. But yet they're saying, okay, the career is a good thing. But they did tell you your career is only going to work with love if y'all both do it and there's love. So in that sense, that's spirituality too. But okay, now this question about where are you from? Because I'm sure. Because that's a lot. Like, I'm just keeping it 100 with you. That's like way too many questions for this. That's another reading. If you want to get another reading, you can. That's totally up to you. But what I can ask is, that's all I'm gonna say. Please tell her where she is from, because they already got an idea of the question you're asking. So we're trusting that whatever answer they give, that either one of those cards or all those cards, I really don't know, but something will give you an idea of where you're from. And if you want to follow up with it, you can, and I'll be back in one moment. All right, 3 cards pulled to answer the question, where are you from? First card, Indigo and Crystal Children. This is Metatron. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. So you too might be an indigo or crystal child, which is why you're asking questions of a spiritual person, like I said, but at the same time, you're asking questions of a secular nature about business. So that's one thing. You may be a crystal or indigo child. Something you might want to look into is crystal children, indigo children, rainbow children, sun children. And I believe I just said rainbow to make sure I pronounced it correctly. Second card, compassion, Zekayo. And that's the Gemini. He corresponds with Gemini. Soften your heart with respect to the situation and all the people involved, including yourself. So he may be telling you that you are indigo or crystal child, possibly a rainbow child, but you're also part of a twin soul, because Gemini is the twins. Next card, Haniel, the most beautiful card in the deck is Haniel, sitting out in the garden of love. She says you are extra sensitive to energies around you right now. Honor yourself and your feelings, because these indigo, crystal children, all that, they're very sensitive. Like, they amplify everything. They're all about eye contact. They're pretty honest people, and you can hurt their feelings real easy, even when you don't mean to. Now I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna really blow your mind. I have a pastor, and I did put it out here, to be honest with you. I do a lot of praying, and somebody told me one time, somebody sent me an email and said, hey, get this pastor to pray for you, because his prayers come true. They work. So I contacted the pastor, asked him to pray for me. So me and him developed a communication. So he's in Africa. So I was actually I told him to set up PayPal, which he did. And I started sending him money, which was cool. So then I talked to him again, and well, there's some I'll get to it, but there's similarities that I'm seeing with your request. So I was like, okay, how else can I help out? So he said for some reason they had lost I don't know why they lost a PayPal account. And so then I said, well, how else can I help out? He's like Bibles and clothes. So I was seeing what I could do. So I was telling him, well, get your PayPal set back up. Then I could just send it that way, because all those other ways you're talking about, it just doesn't work for me. Western Union, I tried all that. You can't. I don't know if you guys ever tried like Western Union, whatever. Well, I'm not sure if it was Western Union, so I don't want to go around and say that it was. It probably was, but they ask like unbelievable questions, dude. They be asking all kind. Anybody with your name, they ask you about that person. Like, I don't know that person, and they'll reject you for that. Like, if you say I don't know that person, they'll just reject you. They rejected me, asked me about something. They ask you about all these addresses. Where did you work in like 1995? Like, man, how do I remember? Like, bro, just transfer the money, dude. So so they were very difficult. So I said, nah, I'm not going through all that. Just do PayPal like we did before. So then I came out here. I did a video. I was showing everybody, because I help people. Like, I'm not third dimensional at all. So if you see me starting to lose it with you, it's probably because you're doing some really strange stuff to me that I don't understand. Or I had people to try to nickel and dime me. Somebody just tried to send me natal charts, because they want to just get the plan. So they're going to send me natal charts, and then they're talking about the computer won't open it because it might be with viruses, so the computer don't trust it. So I'm like, how am I going to break down my computer trying to help you? And then they told me I'm trying to make it easy for you. I was like, you're not trying to make nothing easy for me. If anything, you're complicating everything. Just do what's on the paper, and we'll be good. All this extra, I'm trying to save $10 to $5. Dude, I don't need that. That's nickel and diamond. That's not like bubblegum money to me. If you want to keep it 100, that's not even bubblegum money to me right now. So we don't have time to play games. So so I get this a lot. So I was trying to come out here and show everybody, okay, I'm trying to help the kids and give to the kids. And I was trying to tell everybody, all of y'all are helping. Everybody that's done this, you help other people because they hear what you're going through and they're going through it. You're helping other people get through this whole twin flame drama, because it's like one of the worst experiences you can face in the world. So when I set this up, that's what I was trying to do. And the angels are trying to help out. Everybody's actually trying to help out, but you just get people with third dimensional, and we don't have time, because all you're doing really is wasting time. And no matter what you hear, you're going to doubt it or want to debate it, or as soon as you get your information, you're right, me trying to debate. It's not a debate. You just got your information from the angels. Why don't you take it, go somewhere quiet, and go over it? Now, I do have people to write me at some point, but they ask thought-provoking questions. You can tell that they actually listen to the video and they know what they're talking about. So I have respect for them. But somebody just got the information 10 minutes later, they want to debate or argue. Oh, you got the wrong channel. I don't have time for that, man. I'm a grown ass man. I have bills to pay. I have a mother to take care of. I have no time for childish mentality. It's not there. If you know how much money I turned down doing this, y'all be like, wow, he's crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm an honest person out in Jersey. There are still some honest people. Maybe I'm indigo. Maybe I'm sensitive. I don't know. But I don't live off of the dollar bill. The dollar bill doesn't make me. But you do have karma. It was the Archangels that taught me karma because I worked for decades. 30, 40 years I worked without asking for anything. When I met these Archangels, thanks to Doreen Virtue and her Archangel cards, it was the Archangels that taught me that I was doing bad karma. I was giving, and never getting back. They said, ask. It's give and receive. That's the universal law. And we're going under universal law on this channel. So anyway, she's wondering what this has got to do with my. I'm about to tell you what it got to do with your order. If you only knew what it got to do with your request. Anyway, so I tried to put this all up, and I'm showing you, yeah, this pastor. I met this pastor. I'm telling everybody how I met this pastor and how I'm going to help the kids through this pastor and stuff like that. And when I get down to his name, I notice that he spelled his own name wrong. And I said, okay, hold up. Everything else he didn't spell wrong, but his name he spelled wrong. So I became suspicious because, like, who spells a name wrong? Michael, Machael. Isn't that how you spell Michael? Like, who is like God? Who is like God? That's what Michael means. But he spelled it Micheal. But ironically, when she wrote her friend's name, she spelled it the same way. So it's kind of funny. But what she doesn't understand what I'm saying is confirmation that that I knew not to do business with this guy, not to do anything with that guy anymore. Because I don't know why he had PayPal and then he didn't have it no more. I don't know what happened with that. And then at the same time I was talking to him through mail on prayerrequest.com, somebody from Nigeria, because this pastor is in Nigeria. Somebody from Nigeria sent me a message saying, help Nigeria. And I was like, isn't that kind of strange? That at the same time I'm talking to a Nigerian pastor, and it's a little strange, somebody else emails me a message out of nowhere. But this is how God talks. This is how the universe talks. And it just alerted me to maybe this guy isn't who he says he is. So I told him, I said, dude, there's no way in the world you could have spelled your own name wrong. Somebody else's name, I'll give you your own name. I said, I don't know. Now, somebody else spelling your name, that's different. Anybody can make that mistake, because I used to make it. But the name is Michael. And I just went to the search engine because I always check myself. Like I said, I'm going through something with a person I call my little sis. She's making all these accusations and she's losing her freaking mind. She accusing me of all this crazy stuff, but she's just mad. She's like being really immature right now. But she made all these accusations, so I took each one. Okay, let's look at them. Let's see if what she's saying is true. Okay, some of this little stuff. Okay, that day I was a little emotional. You're right about that, but all that other stuff you're talking about, that's something somebody else did to you that you're trying to blame me for. That don't got nothing to do with me. So I apologize for what I thought I would have done wrong, but then all that other stuff, if she can't work it out herself, I can't help her because she's the one acting like she don't want to talk. And I've been saying, let's talk it out. Now, let's get on with this. So I took the name and put it in the search engine just to see if there's anybody spelling their name Michael. Now, some of you all say, of course it is. And I'm not saying that it's not. But when that search engine, every name came back the way it's supposed to be spelled. So what I'm trying to tell you is that means anybody that spells their name that way, Micheal, is a minority. And I'm sure that pastor, if he spelled his own name wrong, then that's not his real name. That's all. Now, the birth date is very close too. The birth date is very close to home. So I see a lot of synchronicities, but I keep telling everybody we're all in soul groups. We're all part of soul groups, so you're always going to see little synchronicities. So much for that. So I believe we did answer the questions. And where you're from, well, they let you know you're an indigo child, you're a twin soul. And there's a lot, and you're sensitive. That's a Hannah. But Hannah is also the lover card. This is the lover's card too. So wherever you're from, it's a lot of love. And you came here with your twin soul, who they gave you the okay to start a business. You don't know how many people they told, forget about business and just be spiritual. They won't let me work. I can't work. I've tried to work and I'll get fired. I get accused of stuff I didn't do, get fired. I used to get up early in the morning. I hate waking up early if I don't have to. Sunday and Wednesday to get the classified. Every time I came home and opened up that classified, it'd be no classified in it. And that went on for at least a good 3 weeks, maybe a whole month before I finally said F it. And if you knew how many times I talked directly to God, got to know I got other plans for you. Pastor Bagley says the same thing. When God told him I want you to do YouTube, he shut down everything else. Pastor Bagley had a very lucrative career doing other stuff, like still being a pastor, but other things. And God shut down every avenue because he wanted them to do YouTube. And that's how it is. So you should be thankful that they're telling you to go for it, to go for a business, because most people don't get that okay. But they're giving you one term that you've got to learn how to make sure you're loving your soul the correct way, because this is a indigo crystal type deal, and they need a lot of nurturing. They need a lot of love. Just the way eye contact, nurturing, just like you be out there with your plants. Some people talk to their plants, be out there, make sure their plants in the sun and all that water, all that nurturing they do for a plant, and how a woman nurtures a baby. I'm not saying you got to grow them up like a baby, but you get the idea. I think you get the idea. That's what they're telling you. So it has been a pleasure. I do see a great year for 2017, but like I said, God told me time to grow up. And it's funny how me and my little internet sister's going to war because she's acting really immature, but God's saying it's time to grow up. And that's the way it is. And people can like it or don't like it, but it's not my place, because I waste way too much time on people that are just on some other stuff. And I got to concentrate on people who really want this information. And either way, I'm eating. So I thank God. So that's it. God bless.